I'm now going to introduce our third keynote speaker. Our third keynote speaker is the president and founder of ARC Advisory Group, Andy Chatha. And I was told, instructed, that I was not to give bios in this session, and I will be technically compliant with that instruction, but I'd just like to give you a little perspective. I'm sure it doesn't happen in your companies, but when you work for an industry analyst firm, sometimes you have serious disagreements. And we have to put numbers into forecasts and evaluate technologies, and you find that you disagree sometimes with your peers. And I would say this goes also for the corner office. Sometimes we have disagreements with the corner office. But I would say if you ask anyone from ARC, we share a feeling of respect and also, I'd say, genuine affection for our founder. And so I welcome him to the podium, the founder and president of ARC, Andy Chatha.
Harry, thanks you so much. I think this is the best introduction I have had. Really, yes. Yeah. Welcome. Wow, I would say wow. What two great presentations from the industry leaders. I would really want to thank Kenny and Jason to be with us this morning. And you saw that. Jason's presentation was all about customer-centric. I mean, they are making all these investments to really make their company more and more customer-centric. And here we have Kenny's presentation. It's all about what the customers, what our industry wants. In my view, I think instead of these 17 companies going to all their suppliers and say, I want this, I want this, I want this, I think it's a blessing for our industry, our customers, to come together and tell us what their needs are, what they really need. So I'm really hoping that our industry can provide this to our customers. Let's do a quick show of hands about how many of you are here for the first time to this conference. Folks, take a look. We got a lot of new talent here, new folks here. I know many of us in the room, we come here, every year. Lots of you have been here every year. But we have now more and more new talent coming. Let's see, show of hands, how many of you are from the IT organizations? Could we see? Yeah? You can see, folks. We have more and more IT folks. How about engineering organization? Yes. So there are lots of conferences you can go to where you can meet IT people. But I think this is one of the largest conferences in the world where you meet more OT people and engineering people. And I'm glad actually more and more IT people are also coming to the conference. So I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to discuss, have conversation. And in fact, actually almost 200 of you are speakers or panelists. So you're going to share your experiences over the next 4 days and so forth. And I think it's a great opportunity, and we encourage all of you to really, like Harry said, get to know your peers. Please ask questions and so forth. I shared this slide last year with you, and again, the 5 attributes of a digital enterprise. The very first one, is customer-centric. It's all about the customer. Always, Kenny mentioned innovation. Always trying to actually innovate, because right now, that's the kind of age and time we are living. We have to constantly innovate. leverage, obviously, data, and embraces open and secure hardware and software platforms. Encourages collaboration. This morning, I want to take a few minutes to talk about some of the newer platforms that are available to us that you actually need as you try to become more a digital enterprise. I want to talk a little bit about how the software is changing. Most of you have, hundreds, dozens of applications today running into your plants and businesses. But these applications are not easy to change. They're not easy to upgrade. Software written a decade ago, wasn't written. Technologies weren't available. It wasn't easy to change. So as these major software companies are moving their software to the cloud, they are moving to what we call digital platform. So this platform is much more configurable, much easier to implement, much easier to upgrade. And now you can build lots of applications on top of this software platform very easily and very quickly. And another very important thing about this digital platform is that the providers of the platform, they upgrade the platform. And those of you who are using some of the cloud platforms, that companies, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, they are constantly upgrading their platforms. They're constantly adding new functionality. And we can certainly test the new functionality, and we can adopt the new functionality when we are ready to do that. Now, most of you have many applications or platforms in your plants running today. At the bottom, you have automation platform. At the top, you have ERP, you have supply chain applications. So you have many software applications and platforms running in your plants. But now, as you are trying to become digital enterprise, you're going to need a few more platforms. And this morning, I want to focus mostly on these IoT platforms, and the 4 of them. The very first one, and actually this is a fairly new platform, we call it IoT device level platforms. And for you, it's one of the most important ones. Most of you have hundreds and thousands of field devices running into your plants. And to connect a field device to your control system is expensive. And you have lots of them already, but you may want to actually install some new ones on your equipment to better monitor your equipment and so forth. So as you have all of these monitoring devices in your plants, you want to connect them all together to something like maybe a gateway, where the software platform can run, because it's not just a matter of passing the information to the cloud and let the cloud maybe, run analysis and so forth, and you want to know if there is an alarm right away. So you have this local platform, which is perhaps sitting right next to your control system. It can actually continuously monitor all of your devices and do some local analysis and alarming and so forth, and then upload the data to the cloud. And by the way, there are many companies right now, even next door, you will find actually quite a few people, companies are showing these platforms for you to use. The next one is cloud computing platform. This is the basic, actually, the data centers. You have lots of actually computing power, the storage, and so forth. And some of the big IT companies obviously dominate here. The next one is analytics and machine learning platform. And I think Jason talked about, they're already using a lot of analytics and machine learning, there. And here, and for some of the big companies are shown here, but there are several hundred analytics companies out there. Develop an analytics machine learning powerful engine takes a lot of investment. And I'm sure those of you folks actually you've been reading, Google and IBM, they've been training, IBM been training Watson for years, Google been training actually their search engines for years. So it can take a lot of investment. This is where lots of small analytics companies are come in, because most of you have very unique applications. And certainly what they are doing is taking the analytics applications and trying to apply them to some of the niche industrial applications. So the challenge for you here is to find an engine that's most actually suitable for your applications or most trained for your applications, so that it's easier for you to apply. Because otherwise it can take a lot of effort and investment on your part to trying to train this engine. Now next is what we call cloud application platform. You can think about this as an operating system for you to develop and run IoT applications. And some of the companies shown here, they have made significant investments in developing this platform. I would say there are really two types of IoT application platforms. One is where it's sort of an operating system and development system there where you can develop new applications and so forth. And some companies obviously have made significant investments in developing that platform. But then you have other platforms that, some of you, many companies have developed, in fact, actually IoT solutions, their own platform on top of something like Microsoft Azure or Amazon AWS and so forth. And we feel that certainly every major automation companies and also most of the major equipment companies, machinery companies, they will develop their own application solutions running on top of the cloud. Now let's take a look how these platforms work together. And in your plant, you have IoT device level platform, where you are actually gathering the data from all of your devices, old ones and new ones, and you're doing local analysis and then uploading the data to the cloud. And then you have IoT platform. That's where actually what this platform does is gathers the information, and actually all other platforms and applications running on top of it can use all the information. So IoT solutions running on the application platform, they don't have to worry about the getting data and so forth. It's already there. And then you have analytics platforms. You can see analytics platforms, IoT solutions, even application platform. It's all kind of running on the cloud computing platform. So you have right there at least 5 different platforms, and there could be actually many IoT solutions platforms. So all of these platforms are working together. That means they are designed in a way, you can think about them, they are open platforms. They have to be open. They have to be able to work together. And good thing about this architecture is that the providers of these platforms will keep it up to date. They will continue to enhance them. And these platforms actually allow you to implement solutions for your applications very, very quickly. And you will continuously able to adopt the new enhancements and so forth. Because that's what you got to do. You can't buy a system today and expect it to run for 20 years. We have to continuously innovate, enhance our systems. Now, last but not least, you know that we have an open process automation platform in the making. And Kenny talked about this. And you heard at this forum for the last couple of years from ExxonMobil, they presented their vision. And we also had Nemur organization from Europe. They presented their vision here. And we also know there are several other initiatives in the industry. So there were a bunch of different initiatives. And the great news for us is that they have all come together. They have all merged. In addition to, I would say, Kenny mentioned these 17 companies. I would say, actually, now this initiative, Namur organization from Europe have also combined their vision with ExxonMobil's vision. Namur organization, in fact, actually represents pretty much all the major oil and gas and chemical companies in Europe. So from my point of view, it's not just 17. There is a lot more companies actually who have come together, and they are trying to work together to come up with open process automation solution for our industry. And ARC views we need open automation platform, as actually we just looked at. You're going to have so many platforms. They all got to work together, even at the automation level. If we don't have it, you will be stuck again. And by the way, from even my point of view, these days, you need to invest so much investments in automation system platforms and so forth. It's actually very, very expensive to develop these platforms. And I think we have a terrific opportunity for everybody in the industry to come together. So we encourage actually other users in the audience and otherwise to join this initiative. And obviously, as Kenny mentioned, they will be presenting right here in this track actually more detailed outline of their vision this afternoon at 2 p.m. Now, as I mentioned, you're going to have quite a few more platforms going forward. And obviously, we are talking about software. I mean, software is, like they say, eating the world. You are seeing what software is doing. We are going to have all of this software working together. It got to work together for it to really provide you the best opportunity to optimize your operations, for you to be able to become your customer-centric. Because like Jason mentioned, Duke is making all these investments to become, provide us, customers, what we want. There's the same thing. Right now, you see cities are trying to change because, people want all these services. They're trying to become smart. So every company has to become smart, and you're going to need all of this software to help you to become smart. And it has to work together. Otherwise, you can't do or won't be able to do quickly what you need to do. Now, it is a very pivotal time for our industry. So ARC yesterday launched what we call Digital Transformation Council, for end users. We felt that once a year getting together here is not enough because there is so much change going on. So we have actually, and about 100 of you folks actually did attend this meeting. So we are starting this initiative council so that we can share information together more quickly. And it's only for end users. And we have a website. Besides getting together in person here at this forum, we will be actually hosting online meetings. We will have opportunity, actually, there is going to be a small group of end users, who will actually dictate, some of the things that we can do. So our goal with this council is to see if we can help you share your experiences, especially new technologies. We are talking about we are going to have so many new technologies coming to our plants and our businesses over the next few years. We feel that sharing experiences, because for our industry, as you know, and that's the reason for, many, many years ago, we said all presentations at our forum, we want them from end users. Because, nothing like actually when you can hear from your peer, if they have implemented a solution and what kind of challenges they went through and how it's working and so forth. So we are hoping that this council will facilitate, more sharing of our experiences and so forth. So we encourage you guys, and those of you who are end users in this room, we will be sending you an invitation to join. There is a website, you can log in. And so we encourage that you join, and it is a global initiative. We will actually extend that to Europe and our other conferences around the world as well. So we are hoping that we can continue to share our experiences about different technologies or about different best practices and so forth, and we can help. Our industry right now, really that's the only way, we need to move fast. That's the only way we can move fast. So we encourage you to try to join this council, and we encourage your colleagues as well. Well, I'll leave you with that message, and thank you very much. And right now we have a break next door, and please try to get back here